Okay, I'm really starting to think that he left me because he is like nowhere to be found. I am all by myself in this empty site that we're leaving, but there's no Bob, there's no Humphrey, there's no Bogart. Okie dokie. Stay tuned, I guess.
So for those of you who do not know what this is, well, I think we're in mosquito hell here in Georgia. I grabbed this camera from Karri. This is a Love's RV stop, and the theory behind this is you have about 30, 40 sites here that provide you with a little bit something different. See, if you're way over here is a regular Love's, and this gives you hookups and all that good stuff, along with a little bit of safety being behind a gate. Now, a couple of problems I have with it is that one is that they use surge pricing. So we find Karri here.
Hello.
So their website says about $35 to $50. Well, we paid $67 to be here. Again, it's not bad. It's very basic, very whatever. You can get a back-in site over here that has like a little picnic table and whatnot. They do have laundry facilities and Wi-Fi. A little splash pad for the kids. I don't think anybody's going to be making a weekend of this, but you never know. But for us, we were going to boondock overnight, like maybe a Cracker Barrel or something like that. But the reality is it's really hot, and we want air conditioning for our trip in the morning. Now, after I get malaria and get done being bug bit, we are going to have a bite to eat. We're going to hit the hay, and we're going to get out of here first thing in the morning because we've got things to do and place to go. But we'll let you know how the experience went. Again, not a bad little thing for an overnight. I don't know if I'd want to make a habit of it, especially with the cost. It's crazy expensive. But yeah, that's it. I'm going to hand this over to Karri. We'll see you in a few. Okay. Now, I kind of was afraid of this situation when we were staying at one of these places. So I kind of figured it's an RV place, right? It's just a parking lot with overpriced spots. And I figured, well, how good is it going to be if there's nobody on staff? Because there's nobody in a booth. There's nobody here. It's just us and a few other campers. And sure as hell, what you know, I'm 10 minutes in. Come on over here. So we'll hook it up. And keep in mind, it's mosquito central here. And you kind of look around, you kind of get a feel for what you're dealing with. So inside this little power pedestal here, going to hook up and chain up our Watchdog surge protector, and instantly I get this buzz around my head. And we're going to come over here because they're just all over the place. And there's a hornet's nest or a wasp nest in there that's ridiculous. There's about 50 of them flying around, and I got one or two of them stung me right in the ear.
No, you got more than that.
So I am like excruciating pain. So yeah, this is kind of what I expected. Was, you know, I've seen all the videos of everybody going, oh, is this the future of camping? If this is the future of camping, count me out, because this is ridiculous. They're clearly not going in through and doing an inspection after people leave, because there's actually crap on the ground. So yeah, so this is life on the road. We're gonna go inside. I'm gonna see if I can get some ice on this head, and I'll check back in with you in the morning. Hopefully you don't think I'm being extremely negative, but this is the kind of nonsense that gives RVers in this whole space a bad vibe on all of it. And as much as the intentions were, but between surge pricing, they're not checking their own sites, and Hornet's Nest in there, which is a pretty large one, they should have been around checking, and they're clearly not. So anyhow, I'll deal with this, you deal with me. Talk to you in the morning.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's 6:51 and we're getting ready to leave. Thank God. I didn't sleep worth a crap last night because of Bob's ear. That was awful. He got stung. At least I can count like 3 times, and it was just awful. He's so swollen, and a quick Google search, because I don't know we didn't have any hydrocortisone cream, which, you know, hello, first aid kit 101. So that's something we're going to be getting soon. Anyway, we have had apple cider vinegar that I put on his ear, and that helped neutralize the sting a little bit, but he's still really swollen this morning. I'm not really fond of this place, this Loves that we're at, the RV stop. There are a lot of kids here, and I don't know, you need to up your maintenance a little bit. Like, at least go around when people leave. There's no one here. It's loud. There's a train. So I don't know, just my recommendation. If you need it, great. If not, keep going, especially for the price. So this is the nasty pedestal that houses God only knows what else in it besides those wasps. Good morning.
This is the nasty guy that got beat up. Before I go any further, I do want to say a couple of things. One, I don't fault them for having bugs here. What I do fault them for is not maintaining things and looking at things. There's a lot of families here that are just passing through and have little kids. And if they had been stung the times that I had been stung last night, that could have been really bad for them, especially if there was, God forbid, somebody who was allergic. The other couple things I want to point out is the lights here. Oh my God, this is like a stadium at night. Way too many lights for an RV place, and on top of that, right above that fence, or right outside that fence, you see this family here exiting. It's a whole bunch of truck drivers, so you have all those motors and all those reefers going all night long. It's not the most quietest thing. Now, before everybody goes, hey Bob, you're being crazy and you're being negative, keep in mind this was $67 for the night stay here.
Yeah, I had said the same thing earlier. It's ridiculous.
And especially to have surge pricing, I get it's Labor Day weekend and whatever, but to jump up almost 20 bucks and it not being, well, it just screams as being unfinished. Not to mention, the slab here is not level either. That's a whole nother story. I'm really just going to disconnect the power. It was good for what it was. I think if it wasn't for the air conditioning, we would have just gone somewhere else and probably just stayed at a Cracker Barrel or done something like that. And that reminds me, Pete and Jen, I was laughing because when you were talking to Karri on the way up here, we were laughing about Cracker Barrel. I probably should have done that. All right, I'm going to try to get in here because I know there'll be somebody in the comments going,
be careful.
It's just 1 or 2. So there's on the pedestal, all up in there. Hopefully the camera picks that up. They are all, that whole light is full of them, as is 4 of them in a row here.
That's so gross.
This is clearly something that, you know, it doesn't take much to see that these things are overrun with them, and they really need to take care of it. But yeah, that was just for you. Well, we are back in Tennessee.
Yay!
Of all places, and I'm not even gonna lie that this drive has been probably one of the most difficult drives that we've done in a while, and not because of anything really in particular. Whatever it was that got me, I think Karri and I have decided that they 100% were WASPS.
Yeah.
And they decided just to go to have a feast on my ear has really thrown me off for some reason. But we're at I-75 North. We're at just a little random rest area. We had stopped at Buc-ee's in Macon, Georgia, and if you happen to have seen us there and you were privy to the shenanigans that we were pulling there, we apologize, but there is a lady in Macon, Georgia right now who thinks that I am a stud because I walked up and picked Karri up and said, "Hey, how you doing?" She goes, "I'm all
doing
right."
good.
And I said, "I got an RV outside. You want to go for a ride?"
I said, I had nothing pressing to do today. Why not?
So I said, "Let's go."
But then we had to introduce ourselves.
Yeah, so Karri introduced herself to me. I introduced myself to her, and then we took off. And the lady just sat there with amazement. And it's like,
she's just looking like, oh no, do I call for help or what?
we haven't done that in quite some time.
It was funny.
It was just funny just to do it. Of course, you know, we don't record it because why would we? But we're just taking a quick break here. We wanted to check in with you guys and gals and you know, see way out there. You can see Humphrey just going along for the ride. So it must be nice just to sit back and just relax.
Tag along.
But this is, by the time you guys see this, will be a couple of weeks later. This is Labor Day weekend. Mm-hmm. So we did deal with all the traffic in Atlanta.
That was fun.
And something you didn't see behind the scenes because we didn't record was that we got about 20 miles away from the RV stop there that Loves and had to go back because when all the excitement with the WASPS, I had knocked my glasses off and didn't realize it for about 20 miles later that I never picked them up. So we had to go back and get my glasses. These are prescription and needed those.
But at least they were there. They weren't ruined or anything, so that's a plus.
Yeah, so this is, you know, this is just life. Things happen and whatever. But those wasps really got to me. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to let this go. This really hurts. And I had never been stung by one before. Jeez, so now we have added hydrocortisone to our first aid kit.
That's what I said earlier. You know, first aid kit 101. Either you're really prepared or you're just like stupid because you have no clue.
Yeah.
And I was stupid and had no clue.
And this video is going to be all over the place, but where it ends will be a place that we've actually wanted to go to for quite some time. So we are happy to share that with you guys. We are going to go back to the rig. We are going to use the facilities. We're going to have Karri make me a new iced coffee.
He needs all the caffeine he can get today. Oh my word.
Really out of it. And we should be back to you in a couple hours, but for you it's going to seem like just like you ever have one of those days where you have all the best of intentions to get things done and then you don't do a darn thing? That was us yesterday. We got here, we are here at Cove Creek RV Resort in Sevierville, Tennessee, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
And well, interesting little setup. We have a corner spot which is all concrete. And something we don't normally do is we are actually right next to the pool. And we normally avoid these types of spots. However, it actually worked out really well for us as I try to get away from that midday sun. But once we unhooked, they had a party going on here, and I knew I was home when they had an Elvis impersonator out there who did just an amazing job.
He was incredible.
It clearly was like a full-time gig for him, and they had him here, and it was just amazing. So between that and I still had that rundown feeling from the WASPS STINGS We just basically got pizza and died.
We'll show you a picture of it because it didn't last 5 minutes by the time we got it home.
No, and we'll update you guys that have been following around for a long time about our diet. We'll update you in an upcoming video. But speaking of people who've been viewing for a long time, Karri, can you grab this for me?
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to a longtime viewer, Darren. And I'm going to dig through, because we had an email server change, and I'm going to dig through our email and find his stuff, because he actually has a pretty ingenious product that he sent us. He's been a longtime viewer of our channel and also Traveling Robert. And in fact, we first saw this product on Traveling Robert's channel, so when Darren reached out to us and said, hey, would you mind taking a look at this? I was actually really honored. So basically what Darren's created is this rerouting system for your gutters, and he includes these. Again, this is all incredible. It's just a nice pole, but they all just break down, so it stores away pretty easy. You just take them apart, and so when you have to move this, all you do is find the hole up there, slide this in, and take it off just like that. And it's actually been pretty nice. It's from Hoosier Aftermarket Engineering. It is called an RV drip diverter, and it does what it says it does. You just kind of loosely put this up here, reach up, put it right on that gutter, a couple of twists to pull the pole back down, and this clear tube you can just redirect wherever you want. Now normally standing over here I'd be soaked because all the rainwater or the water from the AC comes down and hits you, but this kind of diverted it over so I can cook over here without getting soaked. So, you know, this is what I love about this community, is that there's always somebody thinking, and Darren's done a great job. And if I can find the link and get a hold of Darren so that you, if you were interested in something like this, you can look at it. But it's nice to support fellow RVers in this community. They come up with ingenious little hacks like that. So Darren, I apologize, it's taken me 3 months to get to this, but I did want to make sure that you know that I was thinking about you. But that's that. Now that I got that out of the way, because I felt horrible taking that long. But Karri and I are going to go for a ride, and we're going to go check out Cades Cove, because we haven't been there in a couple of years. So if you see some video footage at the end of this video, then you know we made it and we got there. If you don't see it, well, we'll include it in an upcoming video. Exactly. That's it. Hopefully you got to see what a normal travel day is for us. Some good, some bad. It's all about taking life in stride and
go with the flow. Absolutely.
Until next time, I'm Bob.
I'm Karri.
And this has been Life Redesigned. And oh, by the way, the swelling has gone down. Thanks to you. Catch you next one.
Bye.